Hello again, everyone. I'm Richard Weil, and I'm the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants, and we welcome you in again to our NRC Helpful Moment, number 141. That's just unbelievable. And of course, we welcome Mr. Brian Devine from Top Line Management, Cafe Fuel. Hello, Brian. How are you this beautiful autumn day, the 20th of October,
Yeah.
2021? And, we're still experiencing some things going on in the food service and hospitality industry. That's definitely a lot of difficult challenges. We hear from our clients and operators from all across North America. Their number one and number two issue. Number one certainly is staffing. We're going to get into that in a minute. Attracting and retaining staff. And then, of course, the supply chain. And supply chain is brutal. There isn't any question about it. We're going to be publishing a blog next week on some information we got from Nation's Restaurant News. We're going to be taking some information off that from Data Essentials. We always like to quote our sources when we have some of these things to make sure people know we're not plagiarizing anything. But today we're going to talk about putting balls in the air and how many things you're juggling. And we're going to talk today about interviewing and training your culture. And this is a concept that I've been reading about and now have been talking and speaking to clients all over the U.S. And it's seemingly starting to work. We know that when you set somebody up for an interview, they're either not calling you back or they're not showing up. We know that sometimes when you get them in for an interview, you get them ready to start and they commit to coming into your restaurant or your operation, they don't show up. Right. We know sometimes they come in, work 1-2 shifts, and they're gone. And so how do we stop that vicious cycle? How can we help to control that? And one of the solutions, and we know there's multiples, but one of the ideas we've come up with is interviewing, communicating an interview, and training to your culture, creating a differentiation in you and your organization as you begin the conversation on the phone interview, the in-person interview, the first day of the job, that you're engaging to your positive points of differentiation. Now, it may not work with every single, quote, warm body that you're trying to hire. And we know that's exactly what's happening right now. We're in the warm body. We know that there are clients that have had to close, cut their hours, cut their days, cut their menu, even possibly changing their product specs. Don't cut your quality. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't sacrifice your quality. You're better off 86ing an item if you can't keep the quality. But staffing is such a severe situation right now. One of the solutions is hiring, interviewing, and training with your culture. Every single operation has its own set of culture and things that differentiate you. It could be your menu item, your ingredients, but it's probably you. Look at yourself and see what those items of differentiation are. My last message before I flip this over to Brian, because he's got a great message today and I don't want to take up any more time. And that is on this differentiation piece, the word fun has to get back into the equation. This has been no fun. We've been at no fun since March of 2020. Not a lot of fun out there. We're still trying to keep people healthy, keep people safe, keep our guests safe. In some areas of the country, we have to be the COVID police. We have to be checking IDs for the COVID ID, for vaccinations. Has somebody been tested negative here in the last 72 hours? That's no fun. Trying to look at yourself and how we got here is funny. Putting those points of differentiation together is the message. Interviewing and training your culture. So that's the message for today. I'm going to flip it over to Brian. Brian, please take it away.
All right. Thanks for all that, Richard. And let's just stay on topic because if you are going to be hiring and training for your culture, then use that culture, and especially the fun that Richard was talking about, in your marketing. Because if your social media is marketing, and if you're putting content out there that is boring and dull, then that's what you're going to attract. And if your content is fun and interesting and lively and engaging, then that's what you'll attract. Not only from people that are going to work with you, but your clientele. So really think about who you want to attract and how you're going to go about that. And I've said it before that you can polarize. You can decide, you know what, this is what I'm all about, and I don't care who doesn't like it, but these are the people that I want to attract. That can be very effective. Just know your market, because you might decide to polarize in your market. You just went the wrong way, and now you're dead in the water. So just make sure you know your market inside and out. But if your whole concept is to be a great place that creates a wonderful experience, and that you want those types of people to come work with you, then make sure you use that in all of your marketing efforts. That's all I wanted to cover today.
Well, that's a great message. And, it really comes down to being that consistency. We know that we've got to keep our products consistent and the quality. And we know have to keep our restaurants clean with the cleanliness. But that service side of it is so taxing right now. You don't have enough staff in the back of the house, not enough staff in the front of the house. How do you cope? Please, please, I hope you stayed with this message today. Train and interview and hire and use your culture. Train and interview to your culture. You have it. We may have forgotten about it, but that's our message for today on the NRC Helpful Moment number 141. Wishing you all good health and safety and good business. So long for now, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.